Lesson 3, creating a brand style guide. A brand style guide can help you maintain consistency and clarity across all your marketing materials. Consider your brand's visual identity, including your logo, colors, fonts, and imagery, and create a brand style guide that outlines how these elements should be used. In order to establish a strong and recognizable brand identity, it's essential to develop a cohesive visual style that reflects your business's personality, values, and target audience. A brand style guide is a document that outlines the visual elements of your brand, including your logo, colors, typography, imagery, and other design elements, and provides guidelines for how they should be used in all marketing materials. A well-crafted brand style guide can help ensure consistency and clarity across all of your brand's touchpoints, from your website and social media channels to your business cards and packaging. This consistency helps to establish trust and credibility with your audience as they come to recognize and associate your visual identity with your brand values and messaging. Here are some key elements to consider when creating a brand style guide. First up, logo. Your logo is the centerpiece of your brand identity, so it's important to establish guidelines for its usage. Specify the size and placement of the logo, as well as any variations or alternate versions that may be used in different contexts. You should also provide guidance on the color and background of the logo to ensure it remains visually consistent across different platforms and materials. The color palette. Your brand's color palette should be carefully chosen to reflect your business's values and personality, as well as to appeal to your target audience. Consider the emotions that different colors evoke and choose a palette that's consistent with your brand messaging. Your style guide should include the specific color codes and usage guidelines for each color in your palette. Next, typography. The fonts you choose for your brand can have a significant impact on how it's perceived by your audience. Consider the personality and tone of your brand, as well as the legibility and readability when choosing your typography. Your style guide should specify which fonts to use for headlines, body text, and other design elements, as well as any restrictions on font usage. Next, imagery. Images and graphics can be powerful tools for conveying your brand's messaging and personality. Your style guide should provide guidance on the types of images that are appropriate for your brand, as well as any specific filters, effects, or styles that should be used. You should also specify any restrictions on the use of stock photos or other external imagery. Next up, layout and design. While your brand style guide will primarily focus on visual elements, it's also important to consider the overall layout and design of your marketing materials. Provide guidelines on the placement of your logo, the use of white space, and any other design elements that contribute to your brand identity. You may also want to include specific templates or design examples to ensure consistency across all materials. When developing your brand style guide, it's important to involve all relevant stakeholders, including designers, marketers, and business leaders. This ensures that everyone is aligned on your brand vision and values, and that the style guide accurately reflects the essence of your business. Once your brand style guide is established, it's important to communicate it clearly and consistently to all members of your team, as well as any external partners or vendors. This can include training sessions, documentation, and ongoing support and guidance to ensure that your brand is represented consistently across all marketing touchpoints. In conclusion, a brand style guide is an essential tool for any artisan business looking to establish a strong and recognizable visual identity. By carefully considering your logo, color palette, typography, imagery, and layout, and providing clear guidelines for their usage, you can ensure that your brand resonates with your target audience and supports your overall business goals.